everyone, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So before we get started talking about this build, just a little update. No, it's got nothing to do with a sponsorship before you before you jump to that conclusion. Nothing to do with the sponsorship. However, the giveaway announcement, the giveaway winners for the last giveaway that I ran have been contacted. I've probably not updated over on the community tab by now or yet, but I'll see to it either later today or tomorrow, so it'll be written over there. But the winners have been contacted. One has already written me back, so I am on it. It was just a little bit late. I think this whole new computer business has just kind of gotten in the way of everything. It took a lot longer to set up than I thought it would, and I feel like I'm at a point now where I can just kind of jump into it and record and then go edit without, you know, my actions are set up and also my presets are mostly set up and everything. So I feel like I'm at a good point now, but it's taken a while to get here. So the other videos have taken a little bit longer to do. Also over on my other channel. By the way, if you didn't know, I have a booktube channel. So if you like reading and stuff and you want to nerd out about books with other people, definitely check it out. There is a link to it in the pinned comment. And I actually posted over on the community tab there to ask people about their favorite books because I am doing a video on it. So like, it'll not like an obvious your favorite books, but it'll make sense once the video is, it'll make sense at some point. It'll make sense. Okay. Anyway, and also the last thing that I wanted to say was kind of like a question for the or question of the day. What's your favorite food? I think I want to do these like questions of the day a little bit more often, but not necessarily every single video. Also knowing me, I'd probably forget to do them every single video, but I need some food inspo as well, some food inspiration, because I eat the same thing like every week. I eat the same stuff and I need some inspiration. So let me know your favorite dishes so that I can get a little bit of inspiration. It would be much, much appreciated. So we're starting out with a very basic question, but let me know anyway. So as for the build, we are working on, or we're building kind of like a container, like a triple container build. So a while ago, like 2 years ago, I think, it was something like 2 years ago. It's been a while. But anyway, I built a tiny house for a runaway teen. And I really liked that one for some, like, it was quite a short build. It didn't take me that long to do, but I just had this, like, idea in my head of the build that I really wanted to execute or perform. You know what I mean. But it was like 2 years ago. So I thought I would do not necessarily the full-on same theme, but an updated version of it. And instead of making it for one teen, I would do triplets. So this is not supposed to be a hyper-realistic build, but it's for 3 people, 3 teens, triplets, siblings, yes, that have run away from home. So if you don't know, in The Sims, there is a challenge that's called Runaway Teen Challenge, which is a cool challenge. I gave it a try myself, actually did some videos on it here on the channel, but it's like 4 years ago by now. It's a very long time ago. Reminiscing a lot these days, what's going on with that? Anyway, but it's a pretty cool challenge. So I figured we would kind of like do a house for that challenge, but make it for 3 triplets instead, or 3 triplets, it sounds like 9 Sims. 3 Sims instead, so triplets. So they are siblings. I don't know how they've come about this house or what, but I feel like they've found this little situation and then they've kind of renovated it. So they've been staying here for a while at least. It's not like they just got here. I don't know how they got their furniture. I try to make sure that most of the furniture looks used as well. So they've either, like, some of it has probably been in this house already, or been in these containers already, or I don't really know. For example, the kitchen counters, how do you justify putting kitchen counters in a container and then it's supposed to be like, well, they just decided to make base in this container because containers don't have kitchen counters in them, if I'm making any sense right now. But there's also only 1 kitchen counter in this house. I made that work. So I really tried to make sure that it would look somewhat like they'd kind of set this whole thing up themselves. So the beds, I know they all got double beds, but it's the one from Eco Lifestyle that looks slightly disgusting. There's like a coffee stain on it and such. They also don't have laundry machines here, so how would they get rid of the coffee stains? They probably, I don't know, probably wouldn't be able to afford some kind of vanishing, that's known as vanishing, what? Cleaning solution to get rid of it too? I don't know. Don't ask me why I said vanishing. I don't know. I was probably thinking about that specific one that I forgot what's called in this very moment. But you know the one that they always had, what's it called, ads for, like, some time ago. But anyway, I also, in this one, because I know that I didn't include this in the older build that I did, so a couple of years ago, I wanted to make sure that you could kind of see what focuses, what hobbies, and what interests the different Sims had. So there is one who paints, they have an easel in their bedroom. There is one who's a little bit more into music. Into music. I don't know how they came across a keyboard, but they have one in their bedroom, so good going. Maybe they found it, maybe it was like half broken or something. They found it at one of those big places with all the trash. I forgot what the word for that is in English, but anyway. Or maybe they found it at the tip. That's at least what we called it when I lived in the UK. So I don't know what the word for that is in other languages, but, or in other areas where they also speak English, but in Scotland they call it the tip. It's where you go with like your big paper and all that stuff, like furniture that you don't want to sell, you just want to get rid of. You take it there. Maybe they found the keyboard on one of those places, carried it home, fixed it up, and then they have it in their bedroom or something. I don't know, but I kind of wanted to make sure that at least it looked like most of the furniture realistically could have been found other places and then brought home. Obviously, there are limitations because we don't actually have so much furniture that looks used in The Sims, but I did my best. I used the items that I could remember and the ones that I could find. I went through the debug catalog as well. I really did my best, so some of the items might not fit in perfectly, but I gave it a shot. I hope you guys will like this house, even though it's definitely different. Expect maybe a tiny house tomorrow, but then hopefully I should have something bigger and a little bit more polished up on Sunday. I hope, if I can actually like sit down and probably record tomorrow, because I don't know, this house took me so long to record and I still don't get why. I think I was a little bit unfocused when I was building it basically, so even though I only ended up with like an hour and 50 minutes of footage, it basically took me like 7 hours. I don't get how that works, but hey, it's fine. Or maybe longer than that. I don't remember, but it took me a while and I'm really surprised that it did. Maybe I was just looking through the debug catalog so much or just searching for items. Could be. Oh yeah, another point that I wanted to make was that they have a lot of trash around the house and that is on purpose. Can't really justify why. I just felt like it fit with the vibe. I don't really think these girls think too much about cleaning up the house, to be honest. But if it bothers you, feel free to just remove it. There's a lot of trash outside. I used some of the stuff that's from Eco Lifestyle along with the cars, the broken cars at the front. They're from Strangerville, I'm pretty sure. So I'm not actually sure how the trash from Eco Lifestyle works when you use it as decor, because I know that you can kind of like search through it. Some of it at least, if you place it down, like, or just walk around. What's that world called right now? Evergreen Harbor. There should be like random trash spawning here and there that you can search through to get stuff. So I don't know if the trash that I've used outside is actually some of that trash, but I hope not. I hope it's just there for decor purposes. If not, feel free to just remove it. But anyway, I think that's pretty much, yeah, what I want to say. So like disclaimers and such. So this is the first one of the bedrooms. This is the one for the music-minded sim. So they have their keyboard. I definitely overused that bookcase on the left side. I think it's from Discover University. Not fully sure, but I think it is. Definitely overused that a little bit, but it's also the only one out of all of the bookcases that looks slightly used and like fits the vibe of these container houses. So I don't know. It's the one that fits the best, so I kind of went for it a little bit. It took me so long to get my sim to paint that painting. The one on the garage door, for some reason, she insisted on, whenever she like walked away from the garage door, let me just rant a little bit, okay? You'll understand in a second. So whenever she walked away from the garage door to do something else, which I don't know why she did that, because her anatomy is not, she does not have a lot of it. I like to control my sims, that's just how it is. But anyway, so whenever she started a painting, she would get sidetracked with something else. Honestly, pretty relatable, but that's fine. But it was really annoying because whenever she walked back to the garage door to complete the painting, she would start a new painting and just completely forget this one. And I wanted specifically the city one because it's gorgeous. I did not want the regular graffiti one because that one's like orange and blue, no, orange and green, and I felt like that didn't really fit this room. So I don't know why she kept doing that. It was very strange, but at least I got the painting done. Maybe it was like another one of those reasons why I ended up recording for like 7 hours. I don't get it. Usually the bigger houses that I do, for those of you who are actually curious about it, usually if I do like a 40 by 30, it'll sometimes take me 8 to 10 hours. Depends a little bit on what kind of build it is, but if it's a home, it'll usually take me about 8 to 10 hours. So that's for a 40 by 30. Right, 8 to 10 hours. This is built on, I think it's a 20 by 15. Usually 30 by 50s, 30 by 50s, that's not what they're called. 30 by 20s will take me like 5 hours or something just to build. And then there's all the video stuff afterwards, by the way, just want to point that out. But just to build, about 5 hours, I would say. So a 20 by 15 usually takes me like 2 hours to, let's say, 3.5 or something. I know this is a 2-story, so it's a little bit different. I also know that I did go through the debug catalog quite a lot. Like, this is just me, like, trying to figure out how the heck it took me that long. I don't get it anyway. But it should take me like 3.5 hours then, right? Okay. And it took me like 7. I don't understand, but that's fine. Maybe I was just getting sidetracked by a lot of things. Wouldn't surprise me, but... Or maybe I was just being a little bit unfocused, which honestly is also okay, because sleeping issues are a thing in this family, so yeah. Unfocusedness comes with that. But anyway, so we are working on the upstairs. This is supposed to be their kind of like living room. You can get here by walking up the ladder, but there's also a staircase outside actually. I know it's a little bit... If it's raining and stuff, you have to walk through the rain, or if it's snowing or whatever, but I chose to do it like this simply because, first of all, I never used the ladders. It felt like obvious to use the ladder. Like, it just felt like it was right to use the ladders, but I do like to give you guys the option to also sometimes at least use the staircase. Plus, the staircase looks nice as outdoors decor, if you will. So, you know, there's choices to be made here. Do you want to use the ladder? Do you want to use the staircase? Big decisions, very, very big decisions. But anyway, so this voiceover is turning out so weird, but that's fine. I feel a little bit rusty because the last voiceover that I did was last weekend. So, but you know, I've had to, just like I did with this channel regarding the new PC, I had to also make sure that I got all my actions and my presets back for the other channel that I have, my booktube channel. So I spend Monday, Tuesday, and some of Wednesday on that. So that's basically been my week so far, but it's fine. Everything is sorted over there, or more or less sorted over there too. So I will say though, like, editing on the new computer feels like a dream. It's so smooth and it makes me so happy. So that's a thing too. But yeah, they have a lot of, like, not necessarily trash. There's a random slice of pizza on this coffee table that I placed down, and then I placed a lot of stuff down afterwards, and I was like, I don't like how that pizza slice looks. Let's just delete it. And then it turned out that I couldn't. I couldn't even move it. So they're stuck with a slice of pizza. One of them will have to eat it or something. I don't know. Let it just stay there. That's kind of disgusting. Either eat it or not delete it, because you can't delete it. Throw it out. That's an option. I don't know, but it was stuck for me while I was building, so I just kind of left it there. But it looks like it blends in. However, there's a full circle pizza next to it, so I'm kind of wondering, where did that slice come from? Who knows? Kind of reminds me of that, the whole Chuck E. Cheese thing a couple of years ago. Oh no, let's not bring that up. Just ignore that I said that. Moving on. So this is the upstairs. Right, there's the third triplet is living in the upstairs. So they are what I tried to make them a book nerd. First of all, these pictures, I placed some of them down here, but then I actually decided to also place some of them up here because I kind of imagine that their sibling painted them some and then they decided to display them on their dresser, so that's what that's about. But I try to make sure that they had a lot of books lying around because I kind of saw them as a book nerd. So we have the artist, we have the musician, and then we have what could maybe be an aspiring writer or something. The only thing is, the only bookcase that, or almost the only bookcase that I feel fits in this house is the very narrow one, so they can't really have a lot of books lying there, and I don't know how they got those books that they have. Don't ask me questions like that. I can't answer, so maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of them have the kleptomaniac trait, who knows? I wouldn't. So anyway, let it be a mystery. That's for the best, right? Yeah. What we don't need to know, or what we don't know won't hurt us, right? Okay, good. And while I know that we're working on the outside of the house right now, I just wanted to point out that I did playtest the bed and it was working for me, but if those books end up blocking the bed for your sim, just delete them, because it's weird sometimes. But we are more or less getting to the end of the video. Just gonna do some landscaping, do some terrain painting. I think that is pretty much it. Actually, do a little bit more landscaping behind the house as well, or behind the containers. I mean, it's a home, right? It's a home. Yeah, let's call it home. So if there's anything else you'd like to see me do, anything you'd like to see me build, definitely let me know in the comments. If you want to check out my booktube channel, you can find it linked through the pinned comment as well. I think there should be a link to it in the pinned comment. But I think that is pretty much it for me today. So I hope you all like this house. If you do, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the trade files can be found over on my Patreon, which will also be linked to in the pinned comment, as well as in the description box as well for those of you who are curious about like build info and such. You can also find it there. But that is all. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Every time when you're looking at me, it feels like my heart is skipping on beat, yeah. You know I can't live without you. You make me crazy in a good way. So come on, baby, let's talk. Let's talk about love, like you and me all night. And let's talk about love, and feeling alright. And let's talk about love, yeah, baby, come and dance with me. You're everything I'll ever need. So let's talk about love. Can I take you out tonight? Kiss you in the moonlight. There is no place I'd rather be. Come on girl, we can take my car, drinking some beers in your favorite bar, yeah. You know I can't live without you. You make me crazy in that good way. So come on baby, let's talk. Let's talk about love, like you and me all night. And let's talk about love.